phrase Irish wine geese or wine geese is given to Irish families that left in, say, the 18th century to go and work in Bordeaux, and the more successful became owners of Bordeaux properties, and then the most successful of those are still in existence today: Lynch, Kerwin, Clark, countless others. Probably the most endearing of all and long-lasting is Barton. Anthony Barton, born in the Curragh, has owned it since the early 1980s, and Learville Barton is the principal property of the estate, which is 47 hectares or something like that. It's funny, that's the most famous of them, and yet it's the one that doesn't have its own chateau building. The wines are made in next door in Langor Barton. And if you look at a bottle of Learville Barton, you'll see Learville Barton. Oh, well, that's the Chateau of Learville. It's not actually. That's the Chateau of Langor Barton. And you're standing, looking at the gates, going, "All right, well, we're in the vineyard, looking out now." That's Langor Barton, but the wine is Learville Barton. Very, very famous, second growth, and is extremely good and absolutely delicious. The estate that they have make 4 different wines: Learville, Langor, Learville Poiffre and Learville Lascasse. Super. But demand for those wines is really, really high, and they can't always meet the demand that they have with volume that they're permitted to use or that they want to make. So in 2011, they decided that the family would buy another property, and they bought one in Mouly, which is just to the western south of Saint-Julien, and this is what they bought: Chateau Mauvesin. They changed his name to Mauvesin Barton, so everybody would know who owned it. And it's a very smart way of meeting demand for things that you make. Now, it's not ever going to be the same as the others because it's a different plot of land. And one thing that we know about the Barton family is that they are very authentic to the style of wine, being representative of the soil, terroir and climate that each possesses. This is a lovely estate. It's quite big, actually, bigger than all the other stuff that they own in Saint-Julien. It's 55 hectares, so there's quite a lot of wine that they can make. And I really, really like it. This is the first vintage I say that they made on their own. This is 2012. So from start to finish, they oversaw the whole lot. Since then, they have vineyard replanting schemes. They've addressed issues in the cellar. All the oak casks for this rest on gravel to control humidity. So all sorts of cool things that they're doing. But this in itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's totally ready to drink now, nearly 10 years old, and is delicious. It's 54% Merlot, 35% Cabernet Sauvignon, and because I did my maths earlier, 11% Cabernet Franc. And it's gorgeous. It's really nice. All the tannins are really well integrated now, finely grained, not really any resistance at all. Lovely perfume to it, and it's very, very soft, easy to drink at 13% alcohol. Like, what more could you possibly want out of a classic Bordeaux than this? Oh, yeah, and that's the other thing. It's still really good value. I think it's wonderful, and I hope that you do too.